Peru reportedly chooses U.S. F-16 Viper fighter for Air Force modernization. Peru's Ministry of Defense has taken a decisive step toward modernizing its aging combat aviation fleet, with sources close to the ministry confirming plans to acquire 24 new-build F-16 Block 70 fighters from the United States. Reported by Diario Expreso on January 31, 2026, the decision is expected to be formally presented in the second week of April following Peru's general elections, setting the stage for what would be the most significant Fuerza Aérea del Perú modernization effort in decades. Peru's fighter recapitalization is driven by both readiness realities and strategic geography. The country faces persistent airspace control requirements over the Pacific coast, vast interior approaches, and long border corridors with Colombia, Brazil, Ecuador, and Bolivia. Yet its combat aviation fleet has aged unevenly, with MiG-29 and Mirage 2000 aircraft increasingly constrained by sustainment, parts availability, and modernization limits. While Sweden's Saab JS-39 Gripen E/F and France's Dassault Rafale F4 remained in contention until late in the process, Peru ultimately appears to have prioritized the F-16 Block 70's mature upgrade ecosystem and U.S.-backed sustainment architecture. In that context, Lima's choice of the F-16 Block 70 is less a prestige purchase than an attempt to normalize operational availability rates and rebuild a credible deterrent posture with a platform supported by a mature global ecosystem. The F-16 Block 70 integrates the Northrop Grumman and APG-83 active electronically scanned array radar, derived from technologies developed for fifth-generation architectures, enabling faster target detection and tracking compared to mechanically scanned legacy sets. This radar, paired with modern mission computers and cockpit displays, supports more efficient multi-target management in complex air environments, a key factor for a force seeking to regain day and night all-weather air policing and combat readiness. The same report emphasizes that Peru would receive aircraft de fábrica, differentiating the package from second-hand acquisitions elsewhere in the region. The initial U.S. offer includes 10 single-seat F-16C Block 70 and 2 twin-seat F-16D Block 70 aircraft, approved in September 2025 through the U.S. Foreign Military Sales Mechanism at an estimated value of $3.42 billion. The configuration reportedly includes General Electric F-110 GE-129 engines, with 14 engines listed in the package, supporting fleet availability and maintenance rotation. The weapons component is equally decisive. AAM-9X Block 2 short-range air-to-air missiles and AAM-120C 8 beyond visual range missiles are cited as part of the acquisition, providing Peru with a credible layered air combat loadout for both close-in engagements and long-range intercept profiles. In addition, the package mentions and AQ-28 Lightning targeting pods, which expand precision strike and reconnaissance options while supporting joint operations with land and naval forces. From a platform longevity perspective, Diario Expreso highlights a structural service life of 12,000 flight hours for the Block 70, a figure commonly associated with new production F-16V standard aircraft, and one that, if maintained within design parameters, extends fleet relevance well past mid-century. That matters for Peru because recapitalization is not only about acquiring aircraft, but about securing predictable capability cycles, pilot training pipelines, depot-level maintenance planning, weapons stock management, and software-driven upgrades over decades rather than years. The F-16 Block 70 offers Peru a flexible multi-role toolset with a clear tactical logic. ESA radar performance, modern electronic warfare and self-protection suites, and Link 16 tactical data link connectivity allow the aircraft to operate as a node in a wider combat network rather than as a standalone shooter. In practice, this means improved cooperative targeting, faster cueing from off-board sensors, and more resilient operations in contested electromagnetic environments. In air defense terms, it strengthens Peru's ability to execute combat air patrols, rapid reaction alert scrambles, and coordinated intercepts, while also enabling precision strike missions against time-sensitive targets when supported by ISR and targeting pods. Constraints remain, as with any fourth-generation platform. The F-16's survivability depends heavily on electronic protection, tactics, and suppression support when facing modern integrated air defense systems, and its effectiveness is ultimately shaped by pilot training tempo, spares availability, and weapon stock depth. Peru's move signals a clearer alignment with the United States at a moment when Latin American defense procurement is increasingly entangled with global competition, industrial diplomacy, and influence campaigns. A Peruvian F-16 fleet would tighten interoperability with U.S. and partner forces, reduce barriers for future acquisitions of advanced munitions and sensors, and contribute to a more U.S.-centered security architecture on the Pacific flank of South America. At the same time, it may sharpen strategic messaging toward external actors, particularly as Washington and Beijing contest defense industrial access, infrastructure projects, and political leverage across the region. In that environment, Peru's fighter decision is not merely a modernization story, but a statement about where Lima intends to anchor its long-term security partnerships.